Hey guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working on the new body Ram truck that's 2019 and up. Not only the 1500, but all the heavy duties as well. When you upgrade to a UAV or a UAX infotainment system, you'll notice it has an auto button on the climate control. In order to utilize automatic temperature control, you need to do one more procedure. You need to install a cabin sensor. Now this sensor installs in the driver's side knee bolster. The wiring goes over to the passenger side kick panel, and you just have to tap into 4 wires. You don't have to cut and splice, you just have to tap. Last but not least, you will need to replace the sun sensor that's on top of your dash, which is also just plug and play. For those of you who do the UAV or the UAX upgrade with Infotainment.com, part of the procedure is running the OBD Genie programmer. Well, we went ahead and put the automatic temperature control programming in that programmer, so you won't need a separate one. So after you install the UAV or UAX, if you want to gain automatic temperature control to its fullest extent, just install this kit. So let's get started. I'll show you how to do it. All right, these are your 4 posi tap connectors, which will tap into factory wiring. This is your in-car temperature sensor here. This wiring loom would run across up to the sensor and it plugs right in. These 2 screws will hold it into place on the knee bolster. And then this is your sun sensor, which installs on top of your dash. You'll go ahead and remove the other one and just simply plug this one in. All right guys, so what I did is I went ahead and just bought the climate control wiring loose, just to throw it on the bench to show you guys exactly how to tap into the wires. It's a little bit tight in the truck, so I'd rather just show you guys on the bench. It'd be a little bit more clear for you guys to be able to do this at home. Now, these 2 connectors plug into your climate control module. This is the one that's underneath the floor of the passenger side, behind the carpet. Basically, what we're going to do is this is an 8-pin connector right here. The top left is pin 1, the top right is pin 4, then you have 5 and 6 down here. The ones that we're after are pins 5 and 6. So 5 being the one in the lower left-hand corner, it's a blue wire with a brown stripe. That particular one is going to be connected to our yellow wire on our loom. So basically, loosen the bottom portion of the posi tap and slide it back. Take the other end and twist it off. Then on pin 5, we're going to stick the little gray tap through it. Then the one that has the spade, the pointed side, is going to come in here. You're going to tighten it nice and tight. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to puncture the wire so we can tap into it. Now what we can do is make sure we have a clean wire here. You just have to bring it so it touches that metal conductor. And you're going to slide your connector in. And you're going to tighten it nice and tight. That is how you can have a real nice, clean tap into a wire. You're not cutting, you're not splicing, you're not using heat shrink. This is a great way to get into that wire. Now we're gonna do the exact same thing with pin number 6, which is the one right next to it. It's a blue wire with an orange stripe. We're going to use our orange wire to tap into pin number 6. Again, we have a nice and tight connection. So that's how you do the orange and the yellow wire. The red and black are your power and ground. We're going to attach these to another connector that's a little bit easier to have access to. But I at least wanted to show you here on the bench how to use the posi taps and which wires to connect to. All right, now to gain access to the climate control module, we're gonna go ahead and just pull up on this panel here, and then pull it back. No screws, just retaining clips. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to fold the carpet back a little bit to gain access to the connector we need. All right, right here is our climate control module. The connector we're after is the smaller one in the back. I went ahead and put the 2 posi taps on the 5 and number 6 wire. So now we can attach our yellow and orange just like we did on the bench. All right, now that we have all of our connections made, our yellow and our orange on this connector, and our red and our black on this one, we can go ahead and plug it back in. And now we can route our loom over to the driver's side. We're just gonna route it underneath our floor so it's out of the way. We can go ahead and reinstall our floor over here and the A-pillar panel. Go ahead and install this panel. Now we can continue tucking our wiring underneath this panel. Now we can take the driver knee bolster down. There's just 2 7mm screws holding it in. And then the panel just pops down. Now this little location here is where your sensor is going to install. So we'll go ahead and get the supplied screws in our sensor and go ahead and put it in. So we set our sensor in and we'll put our screws on both sides. So now what we'll do is we'll bring our wiring back behind this brace. And this is what we'll plug into our sensor. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it around maybe once just to get up some of the slack. And then it'll plug right into our sensor. Now we can reassemble our knee bolster. And install our 2 screws. All right, the last and final step is to go ahead and replace your sun sensor. So you can use a dash pry tool or a regular screwdriver and just pop it up. Just held in with clips. Go ahead and unplug the connector that's there. And then we're going to move this and this lever out of the way, and that'll allow us to remove our existing sun sensor. And we can go ahead and install the replacement. Pops right in. All right, so that completes the installation process of our automatic temperature control kit. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the truck out and I'll show you guys how it works. All right, guys, we went ahead and installed the system, the kit. So now I wanna show you guys how it works. So you have here on your climate screen, you have two sliders. You have a driver slider and a passenger slider. Now, we did add automatic temperature control, but it still is a single zone. So make sure your sync button is highlighted. That way, whenever the driver increases and decreases the temperature, it also happens on the passenger side. The passenger does not have control, it's only a single zone. Nevertheless, what's great about adding automatic temperature control is now all you have to do is press either the auto button on the screen or on the side hard key, and you can set it and forget it. Set it to whatever temperature you desire, and the system will use that cabin sensor to determine how much air is needed in the cabin to remain at the desired temperature. So just a quick little awesome upgrade. Whenever you upgrade to the UAV or the UAX infotainment system, this gives you automatic temperature control. Thanks for watching, guys.